Circumstances are like my first fight, I lost it with swinging.
I'm going to go over a defense to an overhand punch. The most super easy technique, big looping punch. All right, real quick, I want to go over this because this is a really slow-ass punch. And most of the time, you should be able to move out of the way, block, duck, do something. But most of the time, people land this punch because a surprise. They don't see the punch coming. So let's call this a sucker punch because the most of the time when this punch is landed, it's based when somebody just sucker punch you. You ain't paying attention. They grab you and boom. Matter of fact, somebody had asked me before with my last video because they saw the intro to the video and how the guy walked up and then he turned around and he sucker punched me. It was a sucker punch or looping punch, and then I went and described the defense against a straight punch. So I understand how that got confusing. So this is the defense to an overhand punch. I got a couple different scenarios because again, this is survivalist fitness, so it all depends on who it is that's looking, because everybody's got different things that they got to deal with. So sometimes you're in a situation where you don't really want to get into a brawl and sit there and fight the guy. Other times you're in situations where you want to just elbow him or knee him or knock him out. You can get him out of there quick with a strike. Other times you're in a sporting event and you can't use certain things, and you may be in a club, or you may be a police officer. You may have to subdue a person. It may be a person that's weaker than you, a minor or female if you're a male. So oftentimes you don't always get the opportunity or even want to knock people out. So I'm gonna go over a few different scenarios of the defense against the looping punch. The first defense is a sucker punch. Pay attention, don't be a sucker. Don't get hit. Mayweather knocked out that dude, what's the dude's name? Mexican dude, big, the one that headbutted him on the ropes. If I got a chance, I'll put the video down, or I even put it in there. Victor Ortiz, that's his name. He had him on the ropes, and he had got mad because Mayweather was covering up, and he headbutted him. And then the referee stopped him and took a point away from him. And then he said go, and the guy hugged him, said sorry, he felt so bad about it. And then he didn't put his hands up. Mayweather said boom, boom, and just knocked him out. Left hook, right hand, put him on his butt. And everybody was saying it was a cheap shot, it was a cheap shot, it was a cheap shot. And Mayweather said that the rules are you gotta protect yourself at all times. Referees always tell us that at the beginning of the fight. You gotta protect yourself at all times. You are in the middle of a fight with another man trying to knock your ass up, knock your head off. So he's gonna win if he does this. So without any further ado, I'm gonna do a whole bunch of talking. We'll go to this defense against an overhand punch. Because you're no longer a sucker, so you're not gonna get sucker punched. So now you know it's coming, and you can see it coming. So now what do? I don't know your situation. You may be those other situations I described. But if you're not, I'll give you one of those you can choose for yourself. All right, the way to block this punch is a very simple way in karate, circles, and kung fu. You always see guys like doing this type of stuff. Well, in kung fu, it's called a bridge. It's a bridge. So it's basically my hand is up, my hand's here, because I'm in my fighting stance. So I see the guy, I'm not a sucker now. Now I'm not a sucker. I know that the person is gonna fight me. I'm prepared now to get into a fight. I'm gonna get into my ready position, I'm getting in a ready stance. All right, so once I get into a ready stance, it's just take one step back, put both hands up, maybe start talking with your hands. If you start talking, you can point, you can block, you can throw a punch, and it doesn't seem weird because your hands aren't all the way down here, or you don't have them over your back, or you don't have them inside your pocket, or you have them right here, or you have your head down, or you're not looking. That's being a sucker. That's how you get punched in the face. Victor Ortiz had his hands down and Mayweather punched him in the face. Hands should be up. Start talking with your hands. So if I'm in this situation with this guy, and me and him are talking, and he just decides he wants to punch, throw a punch, he decides he wants to punch, I can put my hand up and block the punch. Now, if it's okay for me to punch him back or strike him back, throw a punch, or Muay Thai, whatever, I can throw an elbow and then throw a knee in there, right? And come underneath him, roll him over, bink, bink, something like that, if I feel like it. But maybe that's exaggerated. So to keep it a little simpler, I can go off survival tactics as well. He throws a punch. I can just come in here, block him, squeeze, hook his leg, get to the ground, punch, punch, right? That's just as simple as well. Or I can do some kung fu, he throws a punch again, boom. I can come here and do it almost like a cross block, like I'm blocking a knife. I've used this as a security guard a couple times and carried people out of here. Be like, come on, man, you gotta stop tripping. If they're tall, you can push the back of the leg and you get them over. Beep, beep, that type of stuff. I covered 3 of them, so I'll go back over the 3 again. The first one is almost like a Muay Thai type of style, where he throws the punch, and I block, knee. If I want to hook in, I could. I could just come here and start throwing knees, rotate, start throwing knees, and guillotine him, right? Then again, he throws the other time, go ahead and throw again. I come here, close the gap, lock, hook, squeeze, boom. If I want to use jiu-jitsu, it happens like that, you know? And last but not least, from security guard, I'm here, I'm talking, trying to get the guy to calm down, he throws a punch, boom, come, restrain his arm, behind the back, and restrain him. Got him, I can walk with him, I got control over him. If he gets too excited, I'll squeeze him in my rear. That was defense against the overhand punch. Choose whichever one you want to choose. Which one you like better? You can put it at the bottom if you feel like. Leave a comment. Push like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Cut.